Hi friends and family, welcome back to Sunshine and Chaos Cooking and Budgeting. Today we're on the cooking side of things, and I wanted to share with you these two little containers. Last night, I was in the mood for something on the sweet side. So I was like, let's make some brownies, or I made brownies. And I had to mess with this, y'all, because I just couldn't get them to turn out, or I didn't think they were going to turn out. They were really dry, so I had to add water. But these are my brownies, and I'm going to be cutting them up and putting them in the freezer. And this morning I have a reveal that I'm going to share with you. It's something I got because y'all know that have watched my channel for a little bit of time. I have a steel-made griddle that covers the whole top of my stove, and I'm not able to can on it, so it makes it hard for preserving food because of the fact that I don't feel I can get temperatures to stay where I need them for pressure canning. So I bought something. I'm going to bring you along and show it to you. Give me just a second. All right, y'all. I put it up here so I can show you, and I'm super excited. I have unsealed but not looked, so we're going to be looking together. And I want to make sure y'all can see. The first thing I purchased, because I do the ball canning lids, and I had a lot of failures, and some of my lids were older during the COVID, when lids were really hard to come by. So I've got these 4 cans, and I've seen other people using them, and they swear by them. So I got some regular mouth and wide mouth, and that's part of my super exciting things. And I'm going to set this aside because this is part of this. All right, the next thing is I purchased, because I cannot can on my griddle, I purchased a burner, and I'm super excited to see what it is. I haven't looked at it yet. So here we go. It's electric because I looked at all kinds of options, y'all. And for me, having the butane kind of felt like I was going to be always concerned, did I have enough butane to run 90 minutes for canning. So I'm looking at this with y'all. It says, warning, please remove zip tie before using. I would think so, it would burn. Set the box down, y'all. But this is what the front looks like. It's pretty sturdy made. I'll probably have to put, feels like it might slide on this marble. But anyway, it's Catico. It's US made, and it's a big burner. I've not used one of these before, but it's electric, so it has a big plug, and I'm going to have it for, I might even use it for cook videos. I don't know, so I could just face y'all. I don't know yet. I'm a little concerned because it seems very slippery. So I don't know if I could put anything under it because of heat, so I don't cause a fire. But this is what it looks like. Let me show you one more time. This is Catico brand, and it's for commercial use. They use them, it says, in restaurants. So probably like when you go to places where they have just little stoves for making waffles and stuff, like at I gotta make sure I'm not got anything in the way. No wires. That's harder than you think, y'all. Wow. Maybe it goes through the bottom. Oh, it does. It goes through the bottom. It's just to hold the burner in place and stuff. So, get that back in place. Get that off of there. And that just holds your burner in place. So that's what it looks like, and that's it. And I'm super excited because I am a little worried about on marble. It's slipping, like I said, because I'm gonna have a big camera in here. Hopefully it'll hold it in place once it's on. says, do not remove drip pan. I would think not. But anyway, this is my new surprise for myself, or gift to myself. So I can start canning, and I will be canning on the channel. I have some dried beans I'm getting ready to do. They call it rebel canning, but I've been doing it for years, and I feel safe with it. You can follow the older instructions, but if you want to watch along to see how I do canning, I don't do a lot of rebel canning as of late, or as of now, I should say. I might try some things and see how I feel about them. I just need to, like I said, get my confidence back up in my canning and make sure my jars are sealing, because that's super important. And I do a lot of pressure canning because meats and beans need pressure canning. And then sometimes I just pressure can my tomato sauces and stuff also, but you can water bath them. So I'll be doing a little bit of everything and preserving food on my channel. I hope you come along for the different journeys that I have. It is part of budgeting. If you can do a freezer and stock up and things like that, and be mindful of where your money is going, it really does help. I'll give you a little overview probably in this video, and I'll just set this video separate from my cooking video that I'm getting ready to do, so that you can kind of see where I am in my pantry and in my freezers. Let's do that next, okay? So you'll kind of get an idea of where I am in my canning and preserving for budgeting my meals for Bobby and I, and for family that comes over, so that we are ready for anything in case we just have extra bills or something in a pay period, and or extra expenses that we didn't plan for. All right, I'm gonna get you over and show you my pantry. Please don't judge. It's kind of messy, but it's there. And like with my freezers, I asked you don't judge. And I have to organize my freezers. It's just everywhere right now, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. First thing I'm going to show you, I mentioned that I buy 50 pounds a box of potatoes at least every 5 to 6 weeks. And I take them out of that box. Well, and I said I cover them with a tea towel. Well, I wasn't real clear with what I actually do. So I'm going to show you real quick. They're in my pantry. This is part of my pantry, but they're in this basket, which gives you air and ventilation, which is really good. And then this tea towel, the tea towels keep the sunlight from hitting them so they don't turn green. So it's really important to cover your potatoes and protect them. And I get 3 baskets like this. I've got one out in my kitchen that I'll use first, and then I'll rotate out as I use them. And I make roasted potatoes, I make mashed potatoes, I make French fries and breakfast potatoes, like the country fried breakfast potatoes, things like that. And you can even do twice baked potatoes with the bacon and cheese and sour cream. I thought about doing some of those and pre-cooking and freezing those, so I have them. I've seen other channels do that. I might try it and see how, and I'll let you know how it works out. But anyway, that is that. So I'm going to back up now and show you the rest of my pantry. Please forgive the mess. I'm in the middle of I had done some big shopping, and I need to organize. But I want to show you my mess, because that's just me. I'm Messy Midge. All right, this is my pantry. It is actually an old dining room that we turned into my pantry. So I have my canned goods in here that I've canned. A lot of my yams, I'm going to turn them into sweet potato pie, because when I can them, they're just really soft. And so they're not like the texture when you get them out of the excuse me, can at the grocery store. These seem more mushy, and I know I did them the right processing time and everything. So I'm going to turn mine into mashed potato, like a mashed sweet potato, and make them into a pie filling. All right, so I'm going to bring you in and kind of just show you what I have, because people love seeing things in the pantry. I'm not going to clean it today, y'all. I have so much to do. And I'm going to make this just a quick video just showing you my pantry and my freezers and what we got in the chicken, and go from there. Okay, so anyway, let's move in. I'm just going to move you in. These are some of my beans and my green beans and sweet potatoes I put up. I don't know how many jars I have. I'm getting ready to do more beans. I have a bunch of new dry beans. Then I'm going to rotate out beans. So anyway, and then I have some pasta and some of my baking pans. Those are my Pullman pans for making the large loaves of bread. Anything you see in my videos, please ask about them, and I'd be glad to send you a link on my Amazon, from my Amazon. I have no affiliation, nor do I get anything for them, but I'm surely glad to share what makes my kitchen work, yeah. All right, so I have a lot of store-bought stuff too, and that goes all the way down. My number 10 cans you see of the Hunts and the red, full red, I'm going to be making some more tomato sauce, and that'll be that. Here's some more of my vegetables and yams. One thing a hamburger. I think I'm going to make that into a shepherd's pie, y'all. Take the broth, and that is fat you see on that jar. That's nothing bad. It's just a fat that comes off the meat and comes and rests on the top. If you could see into your jars, like in the canned good aisle, like say your pitted olives and stuff like these right here, I mean, they would look different, you know. But if you've seen your canned meats and stuff that you buy in the store, you might see some fat when you open them, but they would look more like this if they were outside of the jar or outside of a can and in glass. So I have some mixed vegetables. I have some corn, and then I have green beans with potatoes. And then I have just two sauces right now for tomato sauce. I usually have a ton of tomato sauce. Like cans and cans, like at least 30 cans on hand for different things. So I'm getting ready. I don't even know where I'm putting all this, y'all. I don't even know, because I usually have a bigger pantry, and we moved it out here to the dining room, thinking with the freezer being out here and me cooking out here, it would be better. So anyway, I have store-bought stuff mixed with homemade or home canned goods. And then over here you'll see these are my bulk flour, sugar, and rice and brown sugar. That's what all of those are for baking and things like that. I buy my rice, my flour, and my brown sugar and sugar in bulk. Now, if I'd have been thinking, instead of buying brown sugar, I would have just made my own, adding some molasses to it, and you make your own brown sugar. One day I'll show you how to do that, but I have so much brown sugar right now, it's not even funny. And I need to start making cinnamon rolls and stuff with it. So anyway, let me back up, and this is my pantry, though. And now I'll show you my freezers, and remember, don't judge. It's just a mess, and I've got to reorganize everything. And I have, it seems like a ton, but there are boxes layering things in my freezer, in the one freezer, and we just got a meat haul of chicken. I was going to show you too. Bobby just bought me this, and I'm going to get me one more. It's like a tray that goes in commercial dishwashers, but what a great way to store my jars. And I have these on a tray, and they are so topsy-turvy. This is nice and sturdy. I can pick it up and move it to my dining room, which I'm going to need to do so I can show you the freezer. But this is really lovely. It was like $20, and it's such a nice place to wash and drain my dishes to get them ready to can. So I'm super excited to have it, and I need one more. I know I need one more, because I at least have two of these full of canning jars to get ready to can. From my experience of canning for I've been canning at least almost 14 years, almost the whole time Bobby and I have been together. And we just started really gardening and everything. I wish we still had our garden, by the way. Maybe next year. We have a lot of work out there to do, y'all. Please pray for us. Did we get to garden again? Because I miss gardening. Anyway, so I started canning around then, and also bought things from markets, you know, food, like you go to strawberry markets or whatever, tomatoes. We have a Scott's farm up here, and they sell, and I always bought my tomatoes from them, and that was how I did my canning for my tomatoes in the beginning. All right, well, I'm going to get to the next thing, which is my freezer. Okay, y'all, I'm warning you. I'm really warning you. It's crazy packed in here, and it's a large, large freezer. Like, you could lay a 6-foot man in here, or a woman. I mean, It's a ginormous freezer, and it's really packed right now. But there are boxes in here, and it needs to be redone, resituated, whatever. Reorganized is a better word. So let's open it and see what we got. Here we go, guys. Ta-da! This is where I make everything homemade. We hardly ever go out. So, and I don't, I mean, I make our breakfast sandwiches and everything, which I'll probably do this morning. But, so there's vegetables in here, there's meat in here, there's my homemade fries I just made. And this is only one of my freezers. This don't have any chicken. It has all beef and now some vegetables. I do put my cookies in here. Every once in a while we get a wandering mouse. We live in a 100-year-old house. So I try to be careful with that. And anyway, this is the first freezer in our pantry. All right, we're going to move on now. I'll show you the other one. Now this freezer is in a spare room, and it's an upright. So I'm going to probably turn the camera, so it's going to be weird for a minute, but it'll give you a better view of the freezer, okay? Let's open it, and remember, I just did a chicken haul of 80 pounds of chicken. That's why it's so crazy in here right now. So I don't know, it's at the top I have bread, I have some shrimp, tenders, wings, quarter chicken. I have a lasagna that I made, other chicken wings, I think, if I didn't say that. And that's this part of my freezer. And I don't know, I was going to say, and there's some bacon in here. I don't know, and some vegetables, but I don't know if some of you remember when we did a meat haul way back. And we spent, I thought it was like 50 pounds on chicken. And I think it was like $600 if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I need to go back and check my prices, but I think it was. Bobby and I just got from his work. He works for a food distribution center. I can't remember the name of them. I don't think I should give it anyway. But anyway, we're allowed to purchase from there. It's for anybody. It's open to public, I think, and for restaurants. So we bought 80 pounds of chicken, and it was $136 and some change. And that was chicken wings and tenders. We've also bought from them chicken thighs and quarter chicken. Now, the quarter chicken, to me, you know, you're used to that plump chicken leg that's a thigh and a drumstick together. And they were really, really small. And I didn't like that. So I'm going to turn those into soups. And then I have some new quarter chicken that I bought from the market to help out. And all of my food is vacuum sealed, so it's going to last a long time. Over here, I'm going to turn you around in my door. I have another loaf of bread. And bring you down a little bit, y'all. Yeah, like this. I hope. But I have some bacon down there, some fish fry. Like I said, I get a wandering mouse every once in a while, so I didn't want it left in my pantry. I have some hash browns. And then the other day, I remember when I made the spaghetti sauce. Well, that's in here now. It's been wrapped and labeled. And then I have some more. These are a really weird bean. I wanted to make them. Are they cowboy beans or something like that? It was a really weird recipe, and I want to try a different one. We have some hot dogs, some ground pork, Cornish hens, and then some more of those cowboy beans. And that's it for this freezer. But yeah, this is it in a nutshell. So bad things happen and our finances get scary. We have plenty of bread. The things I will lack is coffee, butter, and creamer. And we'll have potatoes for a while. These are some onions that I pre-chopped. I tell you what, if you love doing onions but you'd like to do them all at once and have the job done, cut them up, chop them, and put them in Ziploc freezer bags. And I'm telling you, they, for soup, stews, and even sandwiches, like recipe sandwiches with the mushroom, bell pepper, you can freeze your peppers, you can freeze your onions, and you are good to go. That's a closet that's open, by the way. And that's just a junk closet because, well, you know, life is like that. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to get to working on other stuff. I hope you'll come along for making of bread. I hope I make the instructions simple and you can follow my direction, so to speak, of how I make sub rolls. I'm getting ready to do those, and I'm going to put some of those somewhere in my freezers. As you can see now, that's going to be a chore. But anyway, God bless y'all. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. By the way, Jesus loves you. Remember that. He loves you so very much. Have a God bless day, filled with the love of Christ, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. By the way, y'all, I never know how to close one of these videos out. I forgot to show you the other package, y'all. Please bear with me. I never know how to close videos. I'm always nervous for that. Like, how do you walk away? Get yourself on the other part of the camera and close it out. But the other thing I did was I bought a replacement burner, because these canners that I'm going to be using are very heavy. So if I'm in the middle of something, I surely don't want to have it go out and me not be able to, excuse me, replace it. All right, well, that's it. Love ya.